exercise 6.2 third one. Show that the function f of x equal to sin x is strictly increasing in 0 pi by 2 and strictly decreasing in pi by 2 pi and neither increasing nor decreasing in 0 pi. So function is f of x equal to sin x. F of x equal to sin x. So using the theorem, first we find the derivative f dash x. F dash x equal to cos x. Derivative of f of x is cos x. So if f dash x, this cos x, is greater than 0, we can say that in that interval it is strictly increasing. And if it is less than 0, derivative is less than 0, then it is strictly decreasing. Now see the first question A. Strictly increasing in 0 pi by 2. So consider the interval. First answer, we have to consider the interval in 0 pi by 2. That is open interval 0 pi by 2. That means 0 and pi by 2 are not included in the interval. Open interval. So in the open interval 0 pi by 2, we know that cos x, that is f dash x, derivative is positive. Because this is the first quadrant, 0 to pi by 2, that is first quadrant. In the first quadrant, all are positive. Here, all are positive. So f dash x equal to cos x is positive or greater than 0. So we can write in 0 pi by 2, open interval 0 pi by 2, f dash x equal to cos x is greater than 0. So in the interval 0 pi by 2, if x takes any value in the open interval 0 pi by 2, f dash x is greater than 0. So we can write therefore f of x. Since derivative f dash x is greater than 0, we can write f of x is strictly increasing. In the interval 0 pi by 2. So that is the first answer. We have to prove that it is strictly increasing in 0 pi by 2, this function f of x equal to sin x. So first we have to find the derivative and we have to check whether the derivative, that is cos x derivative, we have to check whether the derivative belongs to which is that derivative greater than 0 or not. Now that we proved. Now second case, question B is strictly decreasing in pi by 2 pi. Now pi by 2 pi, 0 pi by 2, this is 0, this is pi by 2, this is pi, this is 3 pi by 2. So when we consider the interval pi by 2 to pi, that means second quadrant. In second quadrant, what is derivative f dash x? See, f dash x equal to cos x. That cos x, in the second quadrant, sin x is positive and cos x is negative. Therefore, we can write B. In the interval pi by 2 to pi, in the open interval pi by 2 pi, f dash x equal to cos x is less than 0, negative, in the second quadrant. In the interval pi by 2 to pi, that is second quadrant, f dash x, that is cos x, less than 0. Therefore, f of x is strictly decreasing. F of x is strictly decreasing. F of x is strictly decreasing. F of x is strictly decreasing in pi by 2 to pi. So we proved that the function is strictly decreasing in the interval pi by 2 to pi. Now third, C. Neither increasing nor decreasing in 0 pi. See, when we consider the interval 0 to pi means first quadrant and second quadrant. So in that interval 0 to pi, in the open interval 0 to pi, 0 to pi by 2 function is strictly increasing and pi by 2 to pi it is strictly decreasing. So when we consider the interval 0 to pi, the function is neither increasing nor decreasing. So since from the question A and B, we can write in 0 pi function is neither increasing nor decreasing. So we can write in 0 to pi, in the interval 0 pi, function is neither increasing nor decreasing, because 0 to pi by 2, in a part of the interval 0 to pi by 2, function is strictly increasing, and part of the other interval, that is pi by 2 to pi, it is strictly decreasing. So in the interval 0 to pi, function is neither increasing nor decreasing. Now consider question number 4. fourth one, find the intervals in which the function f of x equal to 2x square minus 3x. Consider the function f of x equal to 2x square minus 3x. So we have to find the intervals in which the function is strictly increasing, strictly decreasing. So we know it is a polynomial function and the domain of the function is set of all real numbers. So in the set of real numbers, we have to find out in which interval it is increasing, strictly increasing, and in which interval it is strictly decreasing. Now when we consider some functions, when we draw the graph of some functions, it will be like this, going on like that. So when we consider a small interval, consider this interval from here to here. So when we consider that small interval, suppose it is AB, in the interval AB, see in between this x equal to A and x equal to B, the function reaches a maximum value at this point. So at this point, function reaches a maximum value. So till here, from here to here, function is increasing and reaches a maximum point. Then again starts decreasing. So again decreasing. So at this point, the function derivative of the function. See, we have studied one application of derivative, that is derivative of the function f dash x equal to slope of the tangent. That is same as slope of the tangent at x. So the f dash x, that means derivative of f of x, is slope of the tangent at any point xy. That means, see, when we consider this point, at this point we draw the tangent. See, when we draw the tangent at this point, that tangent is parallel to x-axis. So when the tangent is parallel to x-axis, we know what is slope of a line. Slope means if the theta is the inclination of the line, slope of the line is tan theta. And we know the slope of x-axis is 0 because x-axis makes angle 0 with x-axis. So slope of that line parallel to x-axis is 0. So if this line is parallel, this tangent is parallel to x-axis, so slope of that tangent is 0. See, we know f dash x, that is one application of derivative. Slope of the tangent is given by f dash x, derivative at that point. So to find the slope of the tangent at any point on the curve, we want to find only the derivative at that point, f dash x. Because f dash x is equal to slope of the tangent at any point xy on the curve. So here when we consider this point, slope of the tangent, that tangent is parallel to x-axis. So at that point, slope of the tangent is 0. So whenever a line is parallel to x-axis, at that point, slope of the tangent, slope of that line is 0. So here, the tangent is at this point, tangent is parallel to x-axis. Therefore, slope of the tangent is 0. So slope of the tangent means f dash x. That is the application of derivative. Slope of the tangent at any point xy is equal to f dash x. So here we are going to find f dash x, and first what we find is, and this point also. See, again from this point to this point, function is decreasing, and here also decreasing, and at this point reaches minimum point. Again after this point it increases, again reaches maximum point, again decreases, like that goes on. So at these points, maximum point and minimum point, when you draw the tangent is parallel to x-axis. Tangent is parallel to x-axis. So at the maximum point and minimum point, tangent is parallel to x-axis. That means slope of the tangent will be 0. That is f dash x equal to 0. Because slope of the tangent is equal to f dash x. So slope of the tangent is equal to 0. Therefore, we find f dash x. So what we find is, we will find such points on the curve, these points on the curve, at which slope of the tangent is 0, f dash x equal to 0. So what happens before this point, before the reaches the maximum point, function will be increasing, again decreasing and reaches minimum point, again increasing, like that goes. So what we are going to find is, we are going to find these points, maximum or minimum points, where f dash x equal to 0. So we first find f dash x, and we find the points where the derivative is 0. That means such points we are finding. Then we split the interval and we find function is increasing or decreasing. So first we find f dash x. What is f dash x? 4x, 2 into 2x, that is 4x minus 3. That is the f dash x. Now we find the points where f dash x equal to 0. This point, this point, this point. At these points, derivative is 0. So when f dash x equal to 0 implies 4x minus 3 equal to 0. 4x minus 3 equal to 0. That implies x equal to 3 by 4. So at x, when x equal to 3 by 4, the derivative equal to 0. That means at x equal to 3 by 4, that function reaches maximum point or minimum point. So only one point in the domain, all set of all real numbers, there is only one point where the function reaches maximum or minimum point. So we split the whole interval, all real numbers at this point. So we split the interval minus infinity to infinity at the point x equal to 3 by 4. So at this point we split the whole domain or set of all real numbers at this point. So we consider the interval minus infinity to 3 by 4 and 3 by 4 to infinity. 3 by 4 to infinity. And so minus infinity to 3 by 4 and 3 by 4 to infinity. We'll continue in the next session.